All right, so next up, this is all you. Once again, you put it up there.
Yeah, this actually got posted today, as of this recording, which is the 8th of August.
Oh my
EMU
God,
Paradise.
we're so topical.
Probably should we talk about that IGN reviewer guy?
Maybe.
Yeah, he's a dick.
Damn it.
So, well, so much for that topic. But yeah, EMU Paradise, they wrote a pretty long statement basically saying that they're shutting down the ROMs hosting section of their page. So for those who don't know, EMU Paradise was one of those big emulator sites where, kind of like with cool-ass ROMs that...
You mean cool ROMs?
Cool ROMs, yeah. Oops. But yeah, cool ROMs, where outside of like straight BitTorrenting, these are some of the websites that you would go to pick up your ROMs of old games. And I think they're still going to keep some of their emulators on there. And as of right now, I believe they still have their PS2 ROMs up and shit like that. But they took down all their Nintendo crap because Nintendo right now is famously going after all the ROM hosting sites to get their crap taken down. Or they're threatening legal action to shut down the websites. So, without going too much into the detail of the article, they basically said, we have too many people invested who we don't want to, risk their livelihoods over this. So we're taking it down. We're going to keep it almost like a forum page, which, if that's the case, no one's going to go to this site anymore.
No. Well, all right, so this is a weird situation, because on one hand, I get it when you're... Well, Nintendo, I'm not shocked. I should start with that, and especially because I know they just famously... were really cracking down on that jackass who was selling, was it the Super NES Classic or NES Classic with like all the ROMs on it, or he was basically selling that and modified Switches or Wii U's with the actual SD card with all the ROMs on it. So I've said a gazillion times, if you want to emulate, I don't see any issue. It's like, if you're doing it at your house, you're doing it. Emulation can lead to you actually purchasing a game more likely than not. For the people who do the bulk downloads of like 7,000, like every game ever, you're not going to play them all. And, if your intention is to distribute them, then that's a shitty thing to do. And you should be stopped from trying to sell them, because that's bullshit. But for systems like... basically anything, even up to the Xbox generation, if you want to emulate, those companies that made those games aren't losing money by people emulating now, because you don't even get money on the resale that go to old video game stores or GameStop or wherever. So unless you're buying it directly from them, they're not losing money. And once again, I think it's a great way to introduce. But I guess maybe there's just been a rise in these assholes who are trying to pirate all these ROMs into a single emulation unit, and they're trying to stop that. But I think EMU Paradise will go bye-byes, because why else are you going to go to their site if they don't have the ROMs? Just my thought.
Nintendo can suck my goddamn ass. Here, I'm imagining the board of directors over there all just look like Lars Ulrich in 1999, just with like Shigeru Miyamoto's face on it. People who are going to steal are going to steal no matter what. Yeah. So shutting down the sites isn't going to stop it, because there's a billion other spots to get it. Sure, torrents are a little more spicy because, viruses and shit like that. But I downloaded all my torrents like 10 years ago. So I don't really care that this is going away. But it's still a crap thing to do, because Nintendo are greedy assholes, and they know that they can resell their 30-year-old games and package like 20 of them in a stupid plastic fake-ass Raspberry Pi for $80, and assholes are going to buy it up.
Yeah.
So, besides the fact, like I bitched about before, they've had 4 consoles with virtual consoles and eShops that never talk to each other, so they just want you to rebuy the same shit again and again and again. Now, I get it. Emulators in general are illegal, and especially selling emulators and ROMs is illegal. But at the end of the day, go fuck yourself, Nintendo. You and your goddamn YouTube rules and your stupid emulation practices and your goddamn internet mindset from 1994, get with the friggin' times.
Yeah, I believe this will have the reverse effect, because if you get rid of something like EMU Paradise, which that cool ROMs, like Jim pointed out, if I didn't download them years ago as a torrent and I need like a quick ROM, I go to those sites.
Yeah.
If those don't become available, I might consider actually trying to find someone who's willing to sell me bulk ROMs now, because I don't want to go torrents because I don't want to get a virus or whatever the case may be. So I think you're going to force the black market worse, just like the prohibition with alcohol, just like all these other things. You're going to have a backlash, and people like Jim and me who are getting pissed off with Nintendo, we're going to be less likely to support you in other arenas. You know, if it might not be a huge margin, but if enough people are aggravated with how you act as a company on stupid issues like this, then new consoles, new games, we might be less likely. I know I personally, I don't care quite enough, but I'm like almost there where it's not helping my case for wanting to go out and buy a Switch. Let's put it that way. Like when they're being this shitty about stuff, I'm like, yeah, I'll wait and buy a used one from somebody else so Nintendo doesn't directly get my money. So it's little things like that that go a long way. And I think, like most things we see with these lawmakers, and you know, I can understand protecting your property, but shit that's been out there forever, whatever. So I would love to hear anyone who's in full support and thinks that EMU should be no longer hosting ROMs. Basically the opposite of our opinion, that it's bullshit. So let us know what you guys think below.